All right, Slakia. So I got cut off. I had to take some stuff off my phone just to have some space because this phone is pretty full. But anyway, verse 2, it says, "And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." And you know, our people are poor in spirit, right? The Israelites. And what does that mean? It means y'all don't understand the scriptures. You don't know the Bible. And the main reason is it's Yahweh that allowed that to happen to us, right? To be raised up in captivity, go into captivity. When you're raised in captivity, you're taught the religions and the doctrines of wherever you're brought up. If you're brought up in a heathen nation, which America is a heathen nation, ruled by the Edomites, then you ain't gonna get the truth, because you're being taught their doctrine, the Esau's lying ass doctrine, right? And the Lord set us up to expose the so-called white man and his fake doctrine. And when I say us, I mean the prophets. But that's our people. They're poor in the spirit. But nonetheless, the kingdom is ours. So right now, we know that the 2/3, they're never going to grasp it until they get sacrificed, and until Yahweh judges them by putting them to death, whether it be by the famine, by the sword, whatever it is, he's going to judge the 2/3. And when they come back in the kingdom, they're going to understand they won't be poor in the spirit anymore. Verse 4, "Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted." And the only ones that are mourning right now are the Israelites. The 1/3, the elect. Starts out with the prophets. That's why they say we're sighing and crying on the highways and the hedges, out on the streets. We're sighing and crying, as it tells you in Ezekiel 9:4. You read that the men that sigh and cry, we're the ones who get that, exemption, that mark of exemption, the Tawah, right? In the Hebrew. Verse 5, "Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth." And the meek are going to be, the word meek means submissive. So when you're meek to this knowledge, to this truth, you should always do, your due diligence and research and look things up. But when you're one of the characteristics of the elect is you're going to be meek when you're taught the truth. It's going to just make sense. It's going to be it's going to fascinate you. It's going to resonate in your spirit. You see? That's a characteristic. Matter of fact, everything I'm reading is about the elect here in the chapter 5 of Matthew. Verse 6, "Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled." So who are the only ones who are hungering and thirsting after righteousness? Are the elect. Because the rest of these people, they're not hungering for this knowledge. And if you're not of the elect, you're going to just be offended or condemned by this knowledge. Okay? The heathen, for instance, they're condemned by the knowledge. Right? The 2/3, they're offended by the knowledge, right? You tell them the truth that Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, are only concerned with, the nation of Israel, and to be more specific, only 1/3 of the nation of Israel. They get offended because they want to save their heathen friends too, right? So those are the only ones who are truly hunger and thirsty for this knowledge, for this truth. Because the 2/3, the heathen, once you break it down on them, they're going to reject it. So in turn, they're not hungry or thirsty for this knowledge. Verse 7, "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High." Right. And the pure in the heart, meaning you're pure in your mind. And the only thing that can pure your mind, like purify or cleanse your mind, is this knowledge, right? Psalm 119, I think 11. Maybe it's 9. Psalm 119:9. Beth, wherewithal shall a young man cleanse his way? By taking heed thereto according to thy word. All right. And also, so you take heed to this truth. That's what's going to purify you. That's what's going to cleanse your mind, cleanse your heart, be pure in your heart. Also, Daniel 12:10, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. So the ones who are going to be purified are going to be the elect, the ones who are able to receive this knowledge, receive this truth. They're not offended by it. They're not condemned by it. Because like we always tell you, this truth is not for everybody. And a lot of people get offended at that because here in Babylon, America, what have they been taught? They've been taught that God, because they call the Most High God when his name's Yahweh, but they call him God. They say God loves everybody. Don't you dare say that about my white friend, or don't you dare to say that about my Asian friend, which those are Edomites and Moabites or Ammonites. So, this is only for the Israelites. And this is why it's so offensive, right? Matthew 5 or one example, Matthew 5:10, it's like in 9, it says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons of the Most High. Blessed, and we're the ones who are the peacemakers, because guess what? When Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua's kingdom is set up, there is not going to be no more war. When you have this so-called white man ruling over you, there's nothing but war. Just look in the news, right? All the nations are riled up. But in the kingdom, it tells you that they shall not learn war anymore. They shall not learn war no more. When the true people are set up in Israel, which are the true Israelites, not Israelis, the Israelites. Matthew 5:10, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. And this is going to happen in the times that we're entering into. The Israelites, we're going to be persecuted for righteousness' sake, right? That's why they take our videos down. They give us strikes on our videos. They start creating draconian laws. They start creating, things, pushing things in legislation. Like you can't say no bad things about the fake JOOS, right? You can't say nothing bad about those Amalekites that are set up as, the so-called Jews, right? They have laws right now. If you look it up in Canada, you'll go to jail if you're caught speaking against those fake JOOSs, right? Even me, I gotta spell it out, because if I say it, then this channel could get a strike, right? So that's what we're talking about. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake. And that happens too. That's going to happen even more. Anytime the Israelites, whenever the media or guys like Vocab Malone has an opportunity to demonize the Israelites, they jump on that thing, because this is the true threat. The truth is what hurts, right? That when all these false doctrines, all these fake pastors, that don't understand the Bible, when they're out there teaching in their churches, nobody gets offended. Nobody's threatened by that. But they are threatened by what we're saying. They're threatened by the true doctrine, all right? And I'm talking about, the higher-ups. They want to conceal this knowledge, conceal this truth. They don't want this truth going out. That's why they take down our videos. If I had a better app to record these lessons, I was watching the podcast, because I like to watch the Rampage Jackson podcast, and it's a perfect clip. There's a part on his most recent, well, I think it was yesterday. It was one of his recent videos, where he's interviewing this guy named, what's the guy's name? It's Cairo Parisian, which is another former fighter from the UFC. But there's a co-host. His name is, Bear is the guy's name. I don't remember his last name. Oh, Bear DeGidio. So the podcast is called Jackson Podcast, JAXXON. And then you got his sidekick, Bear DeGidio, is like his co-host. But Rampage brought up the, thing that Putin had revealed a couple, about a month back about the, the pictures of the true images of the biblical figures, that the ones that Putin had revealed about a month ago. And basically, it was kind of like he had to stop speaking on it because it was too touchy of a subject. And the co-host even kind of cut him off if you watch the video. Because why? Because they don't want this truth out, man. The higher ups, the ones who run this country, they don't want people knowing and understanding the truth, because then they have a problem on their hands, right? It's a conflict of interest for them. But by the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, it don't matter what happens, because everything's going to be revealed, right? Oops, let me go back to that. Let me get that real quick, matter of fact. Let me see this thing. Luke 12:2. It says, "For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear in closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops." And that's what we're doing right now. The brothers out there teaching the knowledge and the truth on the streets, we're screaming from the housetops, so to speak. Right? Let me see if I can. There's a lot of verses that speaks on that. Let me see. There's go to another one. This is Matthew 10:27. It says, "What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and what ye hear in the ear, that ye preach ye upon the housetops. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell." And hell is the grave, okay? It's not a place that burns forever. But that's what it is, man. We're preaching on the housetops, which is like it's a metaphor for us out there on the street corners. So everything will be revealed, and that's the spirit of the prophets that Lord has put on us to reveal this, the man of sin, like it tells you in 2 Thessalonians. Let's get that. 2 Thessalonians 2. Yep. That's the spirit. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. I went to the exact verse. "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming." Okay? So we're out there. The spirit of the Lord's mouth is the prophets, right? It tells you that in Luke 1:70, that the mouth of the Lord are his prophets. Luke 1:70. "As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began." See that? So we're the mouth that's revealing this man of sin, that's exposing the man of sin from the housetops, like we read in Matthew and in Luke. All right? So nothing is going to be hid, man. Everything's going to be, if it's said in darkness, meaning said in secret, it's going to be proclaimed from the housetops in the light. Okay. And guess what? You know, while we're doing this, we're going to get persecuted for this. Right? We already know that we're going to, you know, the prophecy says that we're going to have to be persecuted just like our Lord Yahweh Shai was. Right? For our testimony, we're going to get persecuted, you know. They already, Elder Tahar, a couple days ago, maybe a week ago, he did a video on how Trump, in his second term, he wants to bring back, I think, lynching and guillotines. You know, there's an article that literally says that, which that's prophecy. That's how you know we're in the last times, man. When they start speaking on these things, you know. Oh shit! Is this thing stopped? Oh no, we're good. But when they start speaking on these things, then you know it's right around the corner. All this persecution that is spoken of in prophecy. You see. Matthew 5:11. It says, "Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake." And they do that. But guess what? We're just supposed to, verse 12 tells us, "Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you." See that? So instead of feeling bad for ourselves or feeling like, oh shit, you know, well, you got men who are going to fall out for, you know, they're not really part of the body. They're kind of faking the funk right now. So men are going to fall out when the persecution starts happening. But you see, the men who are going to be sincere and endure until the end, well, you know, we're going to have that great reward in heaven. And those of who have the faith and have the belief and knowledge of that, guess what? We're going to keep pushing, keep enduring, no matter what. See? All right, verse 13. "Ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt have lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." And see that? We're the salt and we're the light of the world. We're the salt of the earth. Meaning we got the flavor. And the true flavor is this truth, this doctrine. You know, nothing more important, nothing more, valuable than this knowledge, this truth, this understanding that we have. You know? Nothing. Right? And the light of the world, a city that is set on a hill that cannot be hid. So we're the light of the world. Light is a metaphor for knowledge, understanding. You see? That's why we're, you know, like they say that you're enlightened when you understand something. That's what it is. You're the light of the world, and the light of the world is literally dealing with the Lord's servants, His prophets. We're the light of the world. You know, everybody else is in darkness, but the Lord's prophets are the light of the world. We're the ones out here teaching, enlightening, bringing, drawing out the elect. We're the vessels that Yahweh B'Shem Yahshai used to draw out the elect. All right. Verse 15. "Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house." So, who's the house? The house is the house of Israel, and we're giving this light and teaching. We're sealing the elect. Well, Yahweh is sealing the elect through us. He uses us to be the teachers. He uses us to be to blow the trumpet, to warn the people. He uses us to teach parables, right? Starting out with our elders, right? And it's not of us, it's of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's, you know, it's not because we're these men who all of a sudden we have this enlightenment, this knowledge. But no, it's because Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai has put a spirit on us. You see? So we're going to give light to the house, and the house is going to be that 1/3 of Israel that's going to actually get it. All right. So what are we commanded to do? Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Right. So the elect are gonna see that light on us, and they're gonna actually be drawn into it. You know how like a light draws. It's gonna be like a guidance, like in a tower, like a watchtower. They have the light for those, like when a ship's coming in, the ship uses the light to be guided. Well, that's the same thing with this knowledge and this truth. We're using our light to shine before men, and they're guided into this knowledge. They're sealed. The elect is being sealed through this truth, through this knowledge, being gathered through this knowledge, right? So, our job is just to make sure.
Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
So lucky. I don't know why I did that. I must have.
Neither do men light a candle.
Oh, shit. All right. So anyway, there you go. That was the spirit that wanted to come out again. But so that's what it is. The men who are in this knowledge and this truth, we're the light. And we're giving that light to all that are in the house. But right now, all that are in the house is only 1/3 of Israel. That's only ones who's going to believe the report, right? As it tells you in Isaiah 53:1, who hath believed our report? To whom is the arm of Yahweh revealed? And the arm of Yahweh is Yahweh Shai. So who's going to believe this truth about Yahweh Shai? The elect. Right, the 1/3 of Israel, who's gonna, be drawn into the light, which are the prophets, who hold the light, right? Because Yahweh Bashem Yahushai gives us the light, tells us. Yahweh Shai is telling us we're the light of the world, the teachers, the ones who have understanding. Okay, so. It was all through the Spirit. I'm going to close it out on that note. It's getting a little late, but I hope the lesson was edifying. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Al-Akyam, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom. May you endure to the end. Shalom to the elect.